Honorable Kgabo.
No, thank you very much, Chair, and appreciate the fact that you are in a good mood. I appreciate it. It's rare. Let me appreciate the response received from Tadenguban and Advocate Terry. It's highly appreciated. And I must also again reaffirm that indeed it's a demonstration for the respect for the rule of law. Because when we are requesting you to appear before the committee, it is for that. Maybe problem must start with you, Advocate. My apology in the process if I will sound a bit stupid. You are interacting with an NQF level 4 year. So my apology in advance. Advocate, in your interaction or your presentation, as in when you were dealing with the oath, you made an indication that you received a call from Ms. Ngwenya and Mr. Solani. Can you indicate when did you meet with Mr. Solani? Paragraph 3, probably of your, it says, following receipt of the above letter, I was contacted by Ms. Rulani Ngwenya, who informed me that she's a deputy director of the office of the, and Mr. Asipo, who informed me that the minister, is an advisor to the minister. Paragraph 4 says, then I then met with Mr. Solani. I want to check with you, when did you meet Mr. Solani?
I'll need to check that date. But it would have been obviously after receipt of the minister's letter of, I think the minister's letter is dated the 15th of March, but before the follow-up meeting that had been arranged for the 23rd. Because there's the minister's letter of 15, there is that meeting with that is referred to in paragraph 4, and then there's a follow-up meeting on Sunday, the 23rd.
All right, Advocate, let me also take advantage of the fact that you are an advocate. Like you always remind people that anything they say or do, it will be used against them. Can you kindly provide us in that written format, in fact, in written form, as to when? On paragraph 4, again, you made mention, I then met with Mr. Solani and Mr. Lovo Makas. That paragraph, you said that Mr. Solani has indicated that he's an advisor to the minister. Now, this Mr. Lovo Makas, who is Mr. Lovo? Do you have any understanding, or did he indicate what is his role in the department, or what is his position?
Thank you. Mr. Makasi had indicated that he was assisting the minister. And that was the explanation for his participation and attendance at the meeting.
All right. Did he probably indicate assistance in which way? Personal?
No, the extent of the assistance or the role within the department was not clarified. I must indicate perhaps that I know Mr. Makasi. It was not the first time that I saw him. Mr. Makasi had briefed me as an attorney when he was practicing many years ago. He had also briefed me. He was a client when I was doing matters for the Central Energy Fund. So I had done matters for the Central Energy Fund at the time when he was there and even after he had left. So I know him, and he's an admitted attorney. That's part of the reason why the issue of the formal engagement through an attorney had even arisen in that meeting.
So in your analysis and understanding, was Mr. Makasi there as a representative of the department who's assisting the minister, or Mr. Makasi was there as a person who facilitated this discussion in relation to the advice that you had given?
I would assume that he would have been there in that capacity of assisting the ministry, because otherwise he would not have known about the meeting being convened, the time and the date and the venue.
All right. What was the role of Mr. Makasi in that meeting? Now that this Mr. Solani, it's a matter that we'll have to attend separately. Now that he blue ticked us, according to you, what was his role there? Was he collecting sound? Was he preparing tea? Was he delivering documents? What was his role there?
Okay, thanks. I had indicated earlier that he had come there as part of the ministry's team that was there to meet me. I don't know, perhaps what could also clarify, and that's why I thought if the committee requires further assistance and participation, one would be prepared to attend here.
Fine, advocate. It's fine. My apology, advocate. I'm left with 1 minute. I just want to.
Sure.
Can you confirm or take this committee into confidence that indeed the minister has acknowledged the fact that firstly, you are not appointed correctly, and she later acknowledged that indeed you were never appointed and never participated as the chairperson of the panel, as it has been made to be the public knowledge?
Thank you. Yes, I think Annexure F, when I dealt with it, that's where the minister says.
Fine, advocate.
Yeah.
Have you met the minister in person?
No, I haven't.
Chairperson, I rest my case.
Thank you very much. It's the first time, Kgabo, you finish with 15 seconds left. Honorable Zondo, I will give you after Honorable Khakhau because of your problem. Honorable Zondo comes from a very small town. There's no transport getting there, so he needs to. I'm joking. Honorable Khakhau.
Karabo Modula Stulo, I would have hoped for more time, but thank you for the 7 minutes. Ndate Nguban, quickly, we know Ndate Motau's appointment letter is dated the 15th and was received on the 18th, and that since then, not only has Mengwenya, but also Ndate Solani and Ndate Makasi have sought to interact with him about his chairpersonship. You received a letter on the 10th of March, dated the 7th of March, appointing you for the same role that Ndate Motau was appointed to. Have you also been sought by Mengwenya, Ndate Makasi, and Ndate Solani?
No, I don't know Ndate Makasi.
So you don't know him, but also neither did Solani and Ngwenya seek to engage you as the chair, as per your appointment letter. Just for clarity, say that, please.
I've never been engaged as a chairperson of the committee. Paragraph 5 says I will be invited. I was not invited.
I hear you. I don't want you to prejudge my questions to you. The letter of appointment that you received on the 8th of March appoints you as the chairperson, as the chairperson of the board of the selection and in nomination committee. That's the same letter that Advocate Teremutau received appointing him as chair. So what I'm trying to help ascertain here, which chair the minister will help to give clarity next week. Ndate Mutau got his letter on the 18th, and it was dated the 15th. You received the same letter before him, dated the 7th, but you received it on the 10th. So I'm just trying to get the clarity here. If he was engaged after you by Solani, by Rulani Ngwenya, and by Makasi, did you get the same engagement from those three people? Yes or no?
No, I did not get any engagement.
All right, thank you. You as the Chief Director for SETA coordination, across the years, your job is to process the gazette, receive the applications, process them and deliver them to the minister accordingly. Ne? What I want you to explain quickly, without chowing my time, how is this process this year different from the other processes of SETA appointments that you've been involved in? Quickly, what did you do before that you didn't do this time?
For you, Chairperson, maybe let me articulate my role in the process. Previous years, I will get to the point clarifying what is different this year. The process goes like this. I have to draft the advertisement for the process, the gazette. Get the ministerial approval of the gazette. I do the procurement of the gazette, engaging with the government printers with regard to the publication. After that process, because I'm the person who is the custodian of this process, all nominations come to me, but there is a dedicated email, not my email address, a dedicated email, which I'm responsible for, in which nominations comes from. So after that, I have to ensure that after the closing date, all the nominations are captured so that I will submit that to the minister. And I must explicitly state that the legislation, I think specifically section 11, subsection 1A, subject to paragraph B, states that the minister is responsible to appoint the accounting authority of a SETA, the chairperson of the accounting authority of a SETA after consultation with the National Skills Authority. So with that, after processing all the nominations and getting all of them captured, my duty is to ensure that those are submitted to the minister.
Quickly, because of time again, sir. So my question is specific. I understand that's what you did. So is that the same thing that happened this time around with this process, or is it different? Did you follow a different process this year than the one that was previously followed?
The only difference this time around was the establishment of the panel, and the establishment of the panel was recommended by myself, taking into consideration the audit findings of the previous process of appointing the boards in 2020 to 2025. My duty is to provide technical advice and guidance.
Oh, I cannot handle because you are chowing my minutes. So the difference is that there's a panel.
Yes.
What does that mean? Does it mean you now submitted? Did you explained that before you would gather? Which in this case, you guys said there were 573 applications, and then you would take them to the minister. This time around, you're saying there's a panel. So who did you hand over the nominations to this time around?
Following the minister's request on 16 January 2025 at 10:20, I submitted a nomination report of the SETA chairpersons via the email to the minister. And again, I'll tell you just now. Again, on 18 January 2025 at 12:05, following the minister's request, I submitted a master list of all the nominations to the minister via the email. This time around, I had highlighted all the candidates with NQF level 8 per the advert or per the gazette. That was also on the minister's request. Again, on 10 March 2025, at 1400 hours, 26 minutes, I submitted a spreadsheet or a master list of the nominations to the minister via the email.
Thank you. Honorable Zondo.
No, thanks, Chair. I'll start by Chair saying that the response from colleagues here, it will be much better if every role player in this process was present, because everything will be clear. It's good that Mr. Ngubane got the records written down, of which those records will help us to point out where did it go wrong. So I'm asking, requesting from you, Chair, to say that understanding the character of the people that will be meeting next time, I think both these gentlemen, we need them in that meeting. It may seem unfair to them, but for this process to end that day, I think we need them with the information that they have. Because now, this information that Mr. Ngubane is providing opens another page of the process and everything. I'm tempted to say that, in fact, on our letters to you, we requested the chairperson that be provided with all the document of the proceedings. I think this is what Mr. Ngubane got, the proceedings. We'll see where he left off and where the ball dropped, because now it's clear that the process started as usually, but somehow, then we'll come to understand why even he, Mr. Ngubane, proposed that, suggested that, or advised that there be a panel, and what is the effect of a panel. And in his proposal to the minister, or advice, he advised that people who comprise of that panel, what kind of characters or professionalism that is required in that panel, because that's where we are getting a problem. But because now when we've opened this information, according to you, did the panel do its work?
I don't know.
I understand your answer, where it's coming from. You are part of the department, but if I may ask from you, advocate, after the discussion that you had with Ms. Ngwenya and Solane, do you think the panel had meetings to discuss this name?
The nature of the question is difficult. And the reason why that is difficult, I'm trying not to say yes or no. The reason why it's difficult is if you are approached with a view to be appointed as part of the process, and you are told that you'll be informed of the dates when the committee is going to sit, and that does not happen. You don't know if the committee was appointed, like the full panel was appointed. You don't know whether the panel met and the panel did any job, and if so, what did the panel do? So that's the nature of the difficult. And I think that's what I understand to be the answer there. So then I expanded a bit because I thought perhaps just to do justice to that.
Advocate, from the day the meeting that you was supposed to sit and appoint you, and the day of the outcome of the meetings of the panel, how many days?
Maybe let
Thanks.
me,
Yeah. Chair, I think. Sorry.
maybe let me intervene. Both gentlemen, they've said they did not attend any meetings. So they will not know from the day of appointment to the day of the meeting of unless you're asking about another meeting. But on the,
No, maybe get me correct, Chair. I'm asking that there was a meeting that was supposed to sit, which will involve advocate. That didn't sit, where he said they didn't pitch. And the day of the outcome of the panel, when they said now it's appointed, I'm trying to count days against the work that should be done by the panel. And that will tell us that if you've done your work, you in this time, can you do it or not? That's what I'm trying to get. That's why I'm asking the days in between.
yeah,
Maybe it's clear now.
yeah, so the meeting, the follow-up meeting was supposed to be on the 23rd of March, according to the letter. And the appointment of SITA chairpersons was not officially done because it was leaked on the 6th and 7th on the 6th of May, and then on the 14th of May, we had a meeting where Honorable Lonzi was taken out of the meeting for trying to disrupt our meeting. And then the unappointed chairpersons were then withdrawn on the 15th of May at night, 15 May 2020. So he will not, so they were never appointed. Well, they were because the letters, the withdrawal, the one that we saw on social media was the appointment were done on the 9th of May. But like I said, I have a responsibility to protect them from being asked questions they were not part of. So in his letter, he says he was never part of that process. So asking him the time frame between the day he was supposed to meet and the day they were appointed, it's not fair on them because he would not know who was appointed when he was not part of the process and when those people were appointed. So I thought I must just interject, Honorable Zondo. I stopped your time so that I give you time to ask the right questions to the panelists. You can continue asking the right questions.
No, Chair, thanks. But there was a point that I was trying to drive to. But as you are saying that with your comment, then I will leave that. But continue requesting that even if I'm not part of the meeting later, please look at the matter to call again these gentlemen because they are very informative and they will be helpful into the committee in order to get to the reality of the events in terms of, because advocate said that he proposed that the time be extended before the final, because he knew that with the time frame at hand, it won't be possible to reach what is desired to know. So that's why I was asking that question. I was trying to go to that to say what method did they use to reach to the stage of appointing, whereas the time frame was against them. But thanks, Chair. With the hope that my request would be adequate to. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We will consider your request. So from what the advocate was saying, is that when he was approached mid-March or early March, he indicated that, or they indicated to him that the CETA boards are expiring on the 31st of March, and they wanted to appoint by that period. He then indicated to them that this time frame that you have is not practical. If we are to do a good job, we need to postpone or extend the time frame. So that's where where he comes from with his letter. If you go through it, and also I think just to clarify why Date Mabuza said what he was saying there on number 4 of his letter, he says, "I did not attend any meeting since I did not receive any invite." So when you ask him, do you think the meetings or the panel was successful, and he says, "I don't know." That's where it comes from. That I've already responded that I did not attend any meeting. I did not attend any meeting. So, Tatem Kize, I want to give you now.
Thank you, Chair. I'm going to pass to my colleagues because I think the statement was clear for me that they were not involved in any way, shape, or form. But as we move forward, if we find that there was involvement, of course, we are under oath. We'll then dilute them at that point. But the message was quite clear from both of you, gentlemen, that you were not involved. That's what I'm taking for now, Chair, as I sit down.
No, very progressive. Thank you very much. I think I must arrange a coffee. Was it tea or coffee, Honorable Lonzi? I must arrange coffee between you and Karabo Khakhau so that at least when it comes to time, you are aligned. Honorable Ngubane?
Yeah, thank you very much, Chair. I think you saw my colleagues, he said he passes time, which means, Chair, I have 14 minutes. I don't know whether it works like that. He did it. No, this is MK's time. He said he passed it to me. So, Chairperson, in concurrence with my colleagues previously, it's clear, Mr. Mabuza, this time around, this is not a new process. It happened at the time of Professor Hlengiwe Mkhize. It happened at the time of Dr. Naledi Pandor. It happened at the time of Dr. Blade Nzimande. So according to me, I just wanted to confirm, this is the only first time that the process of appointing CETA board chairpersons, we were not part of it.
Through you, Chairperson. I have performed my administrative duties, but I was not part of the panel. So if talking about being part of the panel, I was not, but the administrative duties relating to this process, I've performed them. Those are my responsibilities.
Okay, I think, Chairperson, I will just, that was my only question from Mr. Ngubane. I think I will pass that because it's clear to me. This time around, his name was used on the letter to be chairperson, to be everything, but he was not part of the process. I'll come back to Advocate Matau. Advocate Matau, what do you understand by the term recalibrate or recalibration?
When you recalibrate, as I understand it, that's when you do the process anew with new elements into what had been done previously with a view to achieve improvements and the objectives that are set out. by the enabling legislation that informs the process that you're undertaking.
Okay, thank you. So do you understand the second letter of the minister that he's saying now he's appointing you for the second time now? Because it means when he says he's recalibrating, it means there was a process that happened before, which you were not part of, but you were appointed as a chairperson again, second chairperson. And now this second letter, it says you are appointed again to recalibrate. Does it mean now you are appointed for the second time now of this process of appointing the SITA board chairperson?
And no, I wasn't appointed for the second time. And I was also unaware, at least until today, I didn't know that somebody else had been appointed as a chair for this process. No, but sorry, maybe let me, perhaps let me just.
The person, the interrupting my questions, can you protect me?
Yeah, sorry, perhaps let me just say, I don't know if the initial appointment was revoked or not, because it's clear you can't have two appointments. If you've appointed the one, you've got to revoke that initial appointment and appoint the second person. So I'm not sure. I didn't know about this process, but assuming that had been done, if recalibrating is in the sense of appointing a new chair in the place of the one that had been initially appointed, I would not have read it that way, because I didn't know that there was another chair that had been appointed one, or I had never been appointed by the minister as a chair and subsequently appointed. So recalibrating, I didn't understand it that way.
Okay, thanks, Advocate. Let me assist you. Minister always started to use the second process of appointing SITA board chairperson as recalibration, which means the first process did not go well, it failed. When she uses recalibration, she's saying there is a second process now of cleaning the first mess. I'm assisting you on that one, which means on the second letter where she responded, she's saying there is a second process now of redoing the process, which means according to her, somewhere you are still part of. Do you agree or do you not agree on my sentiment?
On that postulation, and if that is what the minister intended to convey by recalibrating, it would not be correct. I've given my understanding of what I understand recalibration to be, but because as the committee, you know the facts better than I do, if that postulation is what was placed before the committee and what was intended to be conveyed, I do not agree with it.
Okay, thank you. My next question, when the two gentlemen comes to meet you with a guy by the name Mr. Luvo Makasi, was there any questions when the two of them meet that Mr. Luvo Makasi paused on you, or what sentiments did he said, just specifically him?
Thanks for that question. I realized that perhaps even the questions that came from, I think it's MP Kgabo, if I got the name correctly, are posed on account of something that I omitted to mention here, because I didn't think it was really an issue for me, because I was focusing on my involvement and everybody knowing it needed to be finalized through an attorney, etc. But I realize now that perhaps there is just something that I ought to mention here, and it might just settle some of these things and give context to Mr. Makasi's appearance at the meeting. You would appreciate that the minister's letter can't just come from the blue. The minister can't just send you a letter appointing you and then it lands in your email. Oh, I mean, I took that for granted to say there would have been prior engagements. So that's not where I focused. But how I got to know about this process and the minister's letter landing on my email is that Mr. Makasi initially contacted me. Like I said, it's somebody I know. Said the minister wants assistance, the minister is looking to appoint an independent board or panel, sorry, not board, panel, to assist her with the appointment of chairpersons of SETA boards. And I mean, given the history of the SETA boards, etc., good governance, so something which is close to my heart. I said, then he said, would you be willing to assist in the process? I said, sure, I'll be willing to assist. So that is how the letter lands from the minister. And at that time, I mean, I'm not questioning, because that's not the issue for me, what role is he playing with the minister or in the minister's office or the department. I mean, I take everything to be above board. There's nothing untoward there. And hence, even when he appeared at the meeting, it wasn't an element of surprise. But there are no questions that he was asking in relation to that. It was mainly Mr. Solani that was speaking, and my request was when I conveyed it, like the letter says, it was Mr. Solani who was going to convey to the minister and revert to me on what the minister was saying regarding an extension of the time period. I hope that clarifies.
It really does. It does, Chairperson. I think, Chairperson, I'm done. So it's clear, Chairperson, a lot of questions needs to be asked from the people who are absent. And there was people who were not working for the department, not even hired by the minister, but who were running the process, especially the name of Mr. Luvo Makas. Thank you very much, Chair.
No, thanks. Before I give you honorable souls, I'm an expert of Google now. So I just Googled the word recalibrate, because there's something that you've said, and I wanted to check, because you said recalibrate means cleaning up the mess. Maybe that's the, like we've got different dictionaries. But the one that, the one that I was referred to here says, to recalibrate means to adjust something again, often a measurement, or a way of thinking, to match a new and different standard. It implies change or correction to bring something back into alignment or to adjust to a new set of circumstances. So, in this instance, there was no admission of anything called a mess. It was just to correct. So, according to this Google, it is to correct, and so that tomorrow we don't live here and say, members said, the minister said, there was a mess. There's no such. So I thought I must just correct that